On 18th day of August 2022, William Kaket made an interesting post on his Facebook page. The page is unverified, but because in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, something was posted on that page which sent signals that William Kaket was actually headed to William Ruto's side. This is the post which was made on that particular day. Raila Odinga should just accept the results of the elections and move on. Nowhere is written that Raila must be president. He has failed even with the deep state, system, government machinery, and all the support from the state. He should strive to leave behind a good legacy before he leaves the stage. This kimeibiwo ya kila wakati is so boring and tasteless. Give us a break, Bwana Raila. That's Kaket, a close ally of Gideon Moi. Nobody would have expected that Kaket, after defeating William Ruto and his brigades in his constituency of Tiati, would make this particular comment. Then he goes ahead the same day that William Ruto is my friend. Being a Kalenjin like me, I will not join a team of people who want to see my brother down. We may differ on other things, but I must protect his success with all my body organs. I am not doing so because I want favors from his government, but because he won fairly. A man who doesn't want to see your brother succeeding will be also jealous of your success when you succeed. Bwana Rais, twanga kazi ndogo. I am phone call away. Reach me whenever you need me. I am ready to work with you. And today, William Kaket held a meeting with the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto. And I want to pose a question on this platform. Is that the end of Gideon Moi? Remember, William Ruto ensured that Gideon Moi was defeated as the Baringo senator. He tried that in 2017, but he failed. This time he succeeded. William Ruto also ensured that Raymond Moi was also defeated in Rongai. So William Ruto technically has ended the career of the Mois. But the meeting by Kaket, the defection of Kaket from Gideon Moi's camp to Ruto's camp, in my view, is a huge blow to Gideon Moi. Why am I saying this? Number one, Kaket has been one of the closest allies of Gideon Moi. I can't mention any other person who is close to Moi, who was close to Moi, and who's been consistent, and who could defend Moi with all he could than Kaket. Number two, Kaket is an elected member of parliament on Kanu ticket. I tend to think that Kanu won 2 seats in the entire Rift Valley. Kaket was one of them. So which means right now Gideon Moi has only one member of parliament. And the fact that Kaket has left, there's a chance that even the other one, I think Lesuda, might also follow suit. The other important thing to note is that Kaket was one of the biggest critics of William Samoei Arap Ruto.
Uongozi wa Jamhuri ya Kenya haichukuliwi kilazima, haichukuliwi na kifua. Unaongea na Wakenya polepole. Wachana na sisi na hii maneno mingi ya bunuwasi. Kwamba unataka kuna mtu ndako huwa wewe unakimbia ground, unakimbia left, ni kama umeumwa na ile umbo inaitwa T9. Kuna jamaa ameumwa na ule umbo inaitwa T9. Anazunguka kila mahali. Anakimbia bila speedometer. Wacha nikwambie my friend, uongozi wa Kenya haichukuliwi kwa vile unafikiria. uongozi wa Kenya inachukuliwa kwa unyenyekevu, kwa mtu mpole, mtu mwenye heshima.
So in this video, I want us to look at the objective of William Ruto and Kaket deciding to work together. But before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Without the support, this channel cannot be where it is. Now, let us now get back to the main issue. Is it the end of an era for Gideon Moi?
Mambo mengine hii ya siasa, acha niseme neno moja. Niseme nisiseme. Najua mnangojea hapo sana. Ndio. Unajua hii siasa ni kama betting. Si ndio? So sasa hii betting, mtu anafanya betting yake, ingine inachomeka, ingine inafaulu. Mimi nilikuwa na beti ya kiwete, hiyo ikaanguka. Nikabetia Gladwell, hiyo ikaungua. Nikabetia Senator GM, mkaangusha. Sasa nikabetia huko juu, hiyo iko na case. Sasa sisi wote tuko pamoja. Na mtu, hakuna mtu atanifukuza kwa State House. Hiyo State House nitaingia mpaka mtashangaa. So hii makesi tu hata iishe, kwa sababu sisi we are run by the rule of law. Ile kitu ningesema tu ni kwamba ile hesabu ilihesabiwa Chemolingot, kura yangu, kura ya MCS, kura ya governor na ya senator na ya president, ile litangazwa Chemolingot ni ile litangazwa Nairobi.
That is the question. Gideon Moi is the chairperson of KANU. KANU, I think today in this country, is one of the longest political parties in the country. KANU prides itself as the only party with strong networks across the country. Your chances of meeting someone who is a KANU member in your village is normally very high. But when the elections came, Gideon Moi really did not achieve whatever he had planned to achieve. He was defeated in Baringo. He only managed 2 seats in Baringo, and of course, delivering votes from Rift Valley to Raila Odinga, he did not. So William Ruto finally heeded to the call by Kaket to call him, because the post I read for you, Kaket actually told him to call him because he's just phone call away. So what was the objective of Kaket meeting with William Samoei Arap Ruto? For me, I have 6 reasons why Kaket decided to dump Gideon Moi and join Ruto. Number 1, William Ruto is keen on destroying Gideon Moi and the Moi family. I'm so sure that William Ruto has never forgiven Gideon Moi for the kind of mistreated he subjected him to when Moi was still alive. I am also sure that William Ruto has never forgiven Gideon Moi for failing to support him even when he had a chance. The truth of the matter is that William Ruto and his team believe strongly that Gideon Moi was being used by President Uhuru Kenyatta to block him. And of course, William Ruto is a hustler. Gideon Moi is a prince. Princes don't have much to worry. So Ruto was just keen on ensuring that this prince let him disappear. So by doing this, the deputy president simply means he's trying to isolate. You know, Gideon Moi had very close supporters. Some of them are now with Ruto, but one of them who stuck with him was Kaket. Removing Kaket from Moi simply means you are isolating Moi. And because Kaket and Lesuda were the only elected members of parliament from Rift Valley on Kanu, when you remove Kaket, you only leave Gideon Moi with Lesuda. And maybe Lesuda is also on her way. Maybe she can stick with Uhuru or even Gideon. But the fact of the matter is that William Ruto has now successfully managed to isolate Gideon Moi, so that when we go for a rerun, Gideon Moi will be viewed as a betrayer in the Kalenjin nation. So that's number one. Number two, I also strongly believe that William Ruto is already preparing for a rerun. I paid very close attention today to the Supreme Court proceedings. And while listening to the proceedings, I read a notice by the US Embassy in Nairobi, and they warned their citizens against visiting Kisumu. And for me, I concluded that probably why they're doing that is because they want to ensure, because they already know that William Ruto is going to be affirmed as the president-elect. But later on, I listened to the questions which are being asked by the Supreme Court judges to the lawyers for the DP and IBC. And based on my own other understanding of the whole thing, I tend to think that the verdict is going to be a rerun. So William Ruto is now busy preparing for that rerun. Why am I saying so? If you look at Tiaty constituency, which is represented by Kaket, in the last election, Raila Odinga in Tiaty, which is in Baringo County, Raila Odinga garnered 25,000 votes. Ruto garnered 5,000. A difference of 20,000. Can you imagine Raila Odinga in Tiaty getting 25,000? Ruto getting 5,000. It doesn't end there. Kaket is elected on a Kanu ticket. So William Ruto is looking at figures, because William Ruto is someone who is very strategic. He's looking at the figures. And is looking at how he performed in the last election. In the August election. And the difference between him and Raila Odinga, even if he were declared, was around 200,000. If the allegations of rigging are true, then those figures will come down. The difference between Ruto and Runoff was basically 65,000. So Ruto now understands that he needs people like Kaket. He's reaching out to him. He needs people like the UDM party in northern Kenya. So William Ruto is now reaching out. So for me, my interpretation is that William Ruto is actually preparing for a rerun. That's number three. I also tend to think that Ruto is keen on consolidating Rift Valley. Strategically, when Ruto managed to consolidate Rift Valley, he automatically isolates Gideon Moi. But why would Ruto consolidate Rift Valley? He wants Rift Valley to speak with one voice. As you are going for the election, Raila Odinga was sure that Turkana he will win. He was sure that he was also going to win in the Pokot region of Rift Valley. He was sure of the Ma. Indeed, that's what happened. So for Ruto now, it's time to consolidate. And he's doing that. Number four, in my view, I think it's about perceptional politics. Politics is a perceptional game. Game of numbers. And those numbers are perceptional. So what Ruto, in my view, is doing is playing perceptional, is creating a perception that Rift Valley is now there, that he now has more members of parliament, that is reaching out, that he is not bothered by whatever is happening at the Supreme Court. For him, everything is moving on normally. And number five, I also tend to think that the DP is keen on creating a presidential image. That for him is already moving. Everything is normal for him. He's already the president-elect. He's waiting for the legal process to end. Then after that, the deputy president hopes that he will easily be declared the president. By that time, he shall have organized majority of members of parliament. He shall have reached out. And lastly, and this is the most important reason why he's meeting this guy is joining him, is that he wants to influence the outcome of the election of the Speaker of the National Assembly. If you look at numbers, they are almost neck to neck. And because our politics is tribal, Azimio are trying to front Kalonzo in the hope that there are some Ukambani members of parliament who are elected to UDA who can decide that this thing, we are returning it in Ukambani region. They believe that there are certain regions in the mountain who would prefer, instead of voting for Wetangula, they would prefer voting for Kalonzo Musyoka, especially the areas of Meru, the areas of Tharaka, the areas of Embu. So William Ruto is already plotting that even if those regions would go, at least people like Kaket, because Kaket with Moi would definitely vote without hiding for Kalonzo. But now that is Ruto, the first thing he would do is to vote for Wetangula, just to confirm or to prove loyalty. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. Bye-bye.